If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot it? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment. We gon' talk about all the sports you like. We live at 7 on a Thursday night. Come home from work and grab a bite. Then listen to the fellas talk about the fight. We got Sean Griffin, Mason Kills. Can't forget about the boy Lance Shea. We talking NBA and Major League. You know we gotta talk about the NFL. AJ Nash, did you see that pass? We ducking so hard that we breaking the glass. To run the best podcast y'all done heard. Let's tell everybody, help spread the word. So kick back and relax your nerve. We give you everything sports fans deserve. Guys tell your girls, girls tell you dude. We on Instagram and we on YouTube. Views and likes, we run it up. Subscribe to the boys and run it up. It's your favorite podcast, turn it up. The run going live, we done it up. If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot it? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment.
Hey, good evening, everybody out there. I'm Mason Kilby. That's Sean Griffin over there. We got a major show on tap today. We're going to get to the madness of NFL free agency. Russell Wilson to the Steelers. Derrick Henry to the Ravens. I'm anxious to see what your take is on that, sir. We got Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. I'm sorry, not Kirk Cousins. Kirko Chains. Kirko Chains to the Falcons. Kirko Chains and so much more. We're going to get into women's college basketball. We're going to get into the NBA MVP race. And let's not forget, again, the man of the hour, 15-year NFL All-Pro, Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer. Hey, listen, we're going to just talk all that into existence right now. All of that. So, first things first, let's get into NFL free agency. Russell freaking Wilson signs a dirt cheap minimum. I'm talking about dirt cheap. I'm talking about changing my pocket cheap.
Hey,
one year, $1.2 million deal to play with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Talk to me about it. Let's talk about it.
I mean, you can afford to sign that cheap, man. You can afford to go out and sign a good quarterback for that cheap when he, his last contract was guaranteed money. You're not seeing eye to eye with his new head coach. So
$85 million worth of dead cap space
guaranteed.
To tell a guy to get rocks.
So, I mean, we all questioned it when it happened 2 years ago when he first signed with Denver. Denver signed him and then they gave him a contract extension with guaranteed money before he ever took a snap in Denver. And we were like, is this the new norm for quarterbacks? And, we've seen how that's played out now. And I don't blame Russell for anything that happened in Denver, but I mean, on the, sometimes it could be on the better things for him. And I wish him all the best and much success in Pittsburgh. Then moving along from Russell Wilson, we got Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins is another one.
Okay. Do you think Atlanta overpaid for Coco Chains? 4 years, $180 million, man. Do you think that they overpaid for him?
I'm gonna quote Cam Newton on this. Who is his agent?
Who is his agent?
Who is his agent?
Who is that?
We are. I say we like I'm the GM that made this call, but I mean, man, listen. Kirk Cousins is getting paid like he is a decorated seasoned vet, and we're talking about a man that won one playoff game in 12 seasons in the NFL.
Ooh, talk to me.
That's nuts. It's just we got to do better, man. We're putting way too much emphasis on the quarterback position and not enough emphasis on the running back position. Speaking of running backs, we got two of the biggest moves in the offseason. We got Derrick Henry going to the Ravens, Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles. Giants fans, I know you hate it just as much as Cowboy fans right now because you wouldn't give the man a deal and then you send him to a division rival. What sense does that make? I mean,
what say you?
That's just not how we do business. But I guess in today's league where we don't value running backs and we feel like they come a dime a dozen, we're just gonna send them off and just know he's gonna dog you when he comes to Meadowlands Arena this year. Like he is gonna dog
Oh,
you. He is gonna. They're gonna let him off the leash, and I'm calling it now. That man is gonna have 200 yards rushing.
200, you calling it?
200
200, you
yards
calling it?
rushing against the Giants. He's gonna win in New Jersey. 200 yards rushing, and then back Derrick Henry.
I mean, Baltimore Ravens already had a high-powered running game,
I
but
love it
now
for
you bring
him.
in
I love it for him. For the Cowboy fans who've been paying attention to Derrick Henry this past offseason, man, it's just another slap in the face and another notch on the belt for the Joneses, both Steven and Jerry. Because I mean, you got a guy that knew he played his last down in Tennessee when the season ended last year for him. He bid his farewell to the fans. He didn't even wait on it. He knew he played his last down in Tennessee. He knew he wouldn't be returning. He knew he was undervalued and underappreciated in Tennessee. But the guy turns around and buys a house in Dallas a little bit over a week ago, and the Cowboys failed to seal the deal on bringing Derrick Henry home. How does that happen? I mean, Cowboy
talk to your
fans,
boy. Talk to your boy
Cowboy
Jerry. Talk
fans,
to your boy
it's
Jerry.
time, man. It's time. It's time for the pitchforks and stakes. We gotta knock these Joneses off their high horse, man. As a diehard Cowboy fan, we've been holding on to these championships for the last 20 years, and it's no more. It's no more. We're
Talk to your
putting our
man's
full
man.
pressure on Dak. Then not only did we not get Derrick Henry, we sent Tony Pollard to Tennessee to replace Derrick Henry. Granted, that's not much of a replacement. Much luck to Tony Pollard.
Hold on, wait. Now, y'all did get rid of Zeke for this guy.
Man, listen,
Don't talk about Tony. Don't talk about Tony.
I called that one then. I said, okay, you got rid of Ezekiel Elliott prematurely because it's a habit that's become a really sore thumb in Dallas where year after year you watch guys get into their contract negotiation years and they feel like we're not going to negotiate with you right now. We're going to make you pay for it this season. So you're playing to show your value, and then you finally get that payday, and shortly thereafter you get hurt, and it's like they feel like they overpaid you when the ball was always in their court, and it's just poor money management on their end, man. But like I said, Derrick Henry and that Ravens, that ain't gonna be nothing pretty come November, December, late in the season, man. That's a bruiser and a high-powered offense already. Speaking of the Ravens, they let go Odell Beckham today. They told him as of I want to say June 1st, he will no longer be a part of the team and he can seek a new home. But to the biggest winners, in my opinion, in this NFL free agency crazy week that we've had, I would say hats off to the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears, I mean, the question has been in the room, what are they going to do with Justin Fields? And I think the Chicago Bears sat down and had a closed door conversation, and they realized that their problem is not at the quarterback position. Their problem is they don't have any athletes around their quarterback. So what did the Chicago Bears do? The Chicago Bears went out not only added offensive weapons, they added defensive weapons as well. So you got DeAndre Swift coming in from Philadelphia. They went out and they signed Montez Sweat, the defensive end, coming in from the Ravens. You got Gerald Everett coming in at tight end. You got Jonathan Owens coming in at safety, or you may know him as Mr. Simone Biles. Then you got Matt. Then you got Matt Pryor coming in.
Don't do that, man.
I mean, hey, man, listen. They let on a date now. They both knew what they wanted. Hats off to him for undrafted. For a guy that came out undrafted, he's turning into a journeyman in the NFL, and he keeps walking into good situations. So hats off to him, man. Go where you want it, go where you appreciate it.
Listen,
then, like I said, you got Matt Pryor finishing up for the guys that were signed by the Bears in this crazy week that we've had. So hats off to the Bears franchise. I hope they keep Justin Fields in place. I hope they go out in this draft and They get him a nice target to go, alongside DJ Moore, and they make some good things happen. You bring in some more guys, man, you win some more games.
I'm telling you what, man, that read option gonna be crazy in Baltimore. It's gonna be crazy. No,
Hey,
that
man.
that man gonna be crazy. Listen,
Hey, man.
I'm already preparing mentally for myself on Madden that it's just gonna be Ravens, online, Ravens,
Online Ravens.
Ravens, Eagles, Ravens,
I mean, hey,
Eagles,
listen, but like I
Ravens,
said,
Eagles.
depending on what the Chicago Bears do with these draft picks they have in this upcoming draft in the next coming weeks, the Bears might be one of those go-to teams to play with on Madden too, man. DeAndre Swift, he ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
Ooh, I like DeAndre. I'm surprised that the Lions let him go, to be honest with you. I really did. I was truly
surprised the Lions let
about
him go, then the Eagles turned around and let him go. So, it's no value on the running back in the NFL right now. It's a pass happy league.
Teams
Quarterbacks are getting paid, receivers are getting paid.
and teams feel like general managers feel like you can get a running back in the third, fourth round of the draft.
Yeah, running backs don't come a dime a dozen. I hate to break it to you, hate to be the bearer of bad news. Two positions that don't come a dime a dozen, even though, linebacker, there's multiple linebackers on the field at one time. Running back and linebackers do not come a dime a dozen. Especially a middle linebacker. Middle linebacker, that's your field general. They don't come a dime a dozen. You got very few guys that can play sideline to sideline. And I mean, this young man that we got coming on in a little bit, he's one of few that can play sideline to sideline, for 4 quarters with a very high motor. All SWAC first team, SWAC defensive player of the year. Not to bring him up too much, but just it's very few guys, man, that can do that job and for a long time. So I mean, I feel like linebacker and running back are taken for granted today because these are still two of the only positions where every play you're in a high speed collision, man. Every play you're in a high speed collision. You can change rules to protect quarterbacks. You can change rules to protect receivers. We can go all the way back to when Reggie Bush first came into the league and he got his welcoming present by Sheldon Brown. If Reggie Bush was a receiver, that's called targeting. That's called, defensive receiver. Everything about it textbook. But because he's a running back, he's not protected in that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the running back, the beating that running backs take for 17 games now, 20 plus carries a game, it's not valued, and people don't really understand just how hard it is to play that position in the NFL. Not only in the NFL, but just how hard it is to play that position, from a kid playing little league football, from a kid playing middle school football, high school football, college football. That is one of the hardest positions it is to play because every play you are in a high speed collision. Whether you're running the ball or whether you stand in the block for your quarterback for him to make a big throw. The running back position is undervalued, man. It's really undervalued.
Yeah, I feel like in the running back position, if you're going to be a running back and have a long career in the NFL, you better be able to catch out the backfield.
You got to
be able to go
and
split out the backfield at receiver and be able to catch like a Christian McCaffrey. Or even like a Raheem Mostert, I mean, who had like 22, 23 touchdowns this year. Like you better be multifaceted and not just a between the tackles runner. It's just the name of the game in this day and age.
Hey man, or you can be like Debo and tell your franchise I'm not gonna be both. I'm not gonna be a receiver and a running back. You're gonna play me at one.
Yeah, you're gonna play me at one. And he wanted the receiver
play
money.
Me at one. And he wanted the receiver.
He wanted the receiver, but he didn't want the running back money. He wanted the receiver money.
Exactly. So it's like, when you're a guy that you separate yourself from the masses and you make yourself marketable only to get to the highest stage and, be told that, oh, you're replaceable. It's a slap in the face, man, because not everybody can do what Debo Samuels does. Not everybody can do what Christian McCaffrey does. You look at a young Ezekiel Elliott when he first got to Dallas. A lot of those games that were won in Dallas when Zeke and Dak first got there were on the legs of Ezekiel Elliott. Not too many running backs, can say that their rookie year they took on the LOB, Legion of Boom defense that Seattle had going on. And, not too many guys can say they stood toe-to-toe with Cam Chancellor and won that battle. So again, I say, Dallas let Zeke go a year too early, banking on Tony Pollard coming back off a knee injury. Well, not even a knee injury, a broken leg. And once again, Zeke played hurt in Dallas his last couple years. Going through that contract negotiation where he held out, didn't go to summer workouts and whatnot. They complained he came back heavy and everything. And
Right.
he came back heavy, but he came back in the best football shape that he could be in when the season came around. And it was just one of those things where he put on weight to be able to handle that beating that you take as a running back in the NFL. Then again, you break down Derrick Henry. Everybody's not built like Derrick Henry. You can pull up high school clips of Derrick Henry when he was, at Yulee High School right outside Jacksonville. But everybody's not built like Derrick Henry.
But speaking of Derrick Henry, he got signed for relatively cheap, 2 years, $16 million for a Derrick Henry. That comes to show you just the market on the running back. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey that got his money, but then again, Christian McCaffrey is a multifaceted running back that can catch out the backfield and he can give you just about 65 receptions a year on top of giving you over 1,200 yards rushing and things of that nature. But look at the market for Derrick Henry: 2 years, $16 million.
2 years, $16 million.
What?
Then that's like, again, man,
What?
Putting in perspective, like we were just talking about Cam Newton last week and his size. I mean, Cam's that size as a quarterback, but everybody's not 6'3", 247 pounds, playing running back. Everybody's not coming out of college, playing for the University of Alabama and Nick Saban, getting 20, 30 carries a game and then getting to your NFL career and getting another 20, 30 carries a game. So this is a guy from, little league football all through high school, especially all through high school. If you pull up his high school stats, Derrick Henry was getting 30 touches a game in high school. So you mean a guy that big, of his stature, of his size, of his athleticism, and of his prowess, that, fortunately he's not had a major injury in the NFL. So, to take these guys for granted and think that you can just find a Derrick Henry in a haystack, man, you're sadly mistaken. And I want to say that, Tennessee, I guess Tennessee's trying to make their own moves in their own way. They went out, like I said, and signed Tony Pollard to a deal. They also brought in Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's coming in Tennessee next year.
They still trying to shore up some weapons around with Will Levis.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, man, to be, in all fairness, if you really want to bank on a quarterback, if you really want to put your bottom dollar on a quarterback and say, okay, we're going quarterback first in terms of building our franchise, don't let it be the guy who you want it to be. Let it be the guy who earns that spot throughout training camp. The guy that earns that spot is going to get you a lot further when the season comes and when the playoffs get around. And the guy that didn't, that you might have wanted to win, that didn't necessarily win it when it came down to it, if worse comes to worse and your starter gets hurt, he's going to be able to step in and, finish the job, or at least win you a couple more games in your starter's absence. But, I feel like the NFL has gotten away from just flat out letting guys compete. We're talking about the best athletes in the world. We're talking about, we're talking about NFL athletes. We're talking about NFL receivers, NFL quarterbacks, NFL safeties, corners, you name it. Every other position, you got to go out there and earn your spot, except for a quarterback. If that GM wants you, if that head coach wants you, you're going to be in that spot.
Especially if they invested a first round pick, second round pick on you. They're gonna put as many. They're gonna try to put you in the best situation as possible to get you out there and playing early, because in this day and age in NFL, they treat you win with your quarterback on that rookie contract.
And it's the furthest thing from true, man. I mean, a lot of these guys, they don't play enough ball in college. They don't get enough film. You don't get enough film on them in college. Honestly, college, you're playing everybody one time a year, unless you're probably at SEC school and you're at the top of the SEC, and then you turn around and play somebody that you played in the regular season in, the SEC championship, chances are.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, 3 years, $100 million with the Buccaneers.
He earned it.
He earned it.
He earned it.
He earned it.
Flat out.
This was one of the signings that I was not mad at.
Flat out, he earned it, man. He came in, he took a job that he wasn't supposed to take. He took a job that, in terms of probability to fail based off of where he'd been prior in his career, a lot of people thought Baker Mayfield was going to fail in Tampa. Oh, he's not, he's not that good. He's not this, he's not that. Listen, Baker Mayfield is a winner. Baker Mayfield has been betting on Baker Mayfield since Baker Mayfield was in high school. Baker Mayfield is a winner. So for a guy like that honestly just goes out there and loves being one of the guys at the quarterback position, you got to love it, man. You got to invest in that guy. That guy showed you he was able to come in last year and take a job that pretty much wasn't his. Everybody thought Kyle Trask was going to get the nod at quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year or the year before that once Tom Brady retired. Baker Mayfield came in and he said, yeah, I got other plans. And for the first time in a long time, you saw an open quarterback competition between two quarterbacks, and the better guy won a job. Another quarterback, another Heisman winner that's turned into an NFL journeyman because of his time spent in Tampa that he gets too much backlash for is Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston went to New Orleans. I felt like he got an unfair deal in New Orleans. But Jameis is a guy where you talk to everybody in the locker room and nobody has a negative thing to say about him. From high school to the pros, nobody has a negative thing to say about him. He's an ultimate teammate. He's an ultimate friend. He's, and he's devout in his faith. And that took growth to get to that point. But I mean, Jameis Winston, man, if Jameis Winston would have gotten the opportunity to compete for the starting job in New Orleans might have won a couple more games. The last thing that everybody's going to remember about Jameis Winston is
the interceptions.
No, from this past season. The last thing that everybody's going to remember about Jameis Winston from this past season is he changed the play call from a kneel to get Jamal Wilson a touchdown.
Oh, I remember the 30 interceptions he threw.
Okay, now from a statistical standpoint, we're going to break this one down, right? So we're going to break down 30 interceptions. So Jameis Winston's last year in Tampa, he threw 31 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, and 5,000 plus yards. And with that tells me that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did one thing a lot, and that was throw the ball. You look at Peyton Manning a couple times in his career. You look at Drew Brees a couple times in his career. You look at Brett Favre a couple times in his career. Those guys all went down labeled as gunslingers. Jameis is not the most mobile. He's not the most agile. He's not the most elusive quarterback. He's able to keep a play alive with his legs, but he's not going to tuck it and run. He wants to throw the ball. He's a quarterback. So, I mean, with Jameis Winston, you got to look at it, man. A lot of those balls that he threw in Tampa, tipped up over the middle, interception. Really, he didn't have nearly the weapons that the organization gave Tom Brady once they brought Tom Brady in. So, I mean, we just got to take it for what it was. His time in Tampa was up, but he hasn't gotten a fair deal since. And that's the issue. His time in Tampa was definitely up, but he hasn't gotten a fair deal since. And, a guy like that, he's like, hey, man, listen, I won a Heisman. I made it to the league. He's almost at the 10-year mark in the NFL. What can you really say about him? He didn't win a Super Bowl. How many quarterbacks in the NFL that have played in the NFL don't win the Super Bowl? You got 32 teams.
More times than not.
You got 32 franchises in the NFL, and this is after expansions, a couple expansions. You got 32 teams that play in the NFL. You got 2 teams that get down to the Super Bowl at the end. Okay? We've got Patrick Mahomes, who's been to 5 and 1-3. You've got Tom Brady, who went to 9-17 or 11-17, something like that. I can't remember the numbers for Tom Brady. He's been to way too many. I watched Tom Brady hoist up the Lombardi Trophy way too many times as a kid. But I mean, you know, you look at it and it's like, for Tom Brady's career, the 7 that he won, 7 different quarterbacks that he played against that made it to the Super Bowl that probably didn't make it back in their career. Then you've got guys that are decorated and, you know, league MVPs and whatnot that have never made it to a Super Bowl or will never make it to a Super Bowl. So, I mean, we put too much emphasis on the fact of, oh, it's Super Bowl or nothing. And it's really just, man, listen, you're fortunate enough to get there. You're fortunate to make it to the league. The league isn't promised. You're fortunate to make it out of training camp. Because once you get to the league, that roster spot is still not promised. You go into camp with probably, 80-something guys, and you get cut down to the final 53?
Final 53.
You know, so many guys, they go into camp and they go into situations as seasoned vets, and, you know, it's like, hey, man, I mean, I made it. I'm here. It's like, job's only begun.
So with that being said, let's pivot into a sport that's been here, like LL Cool J. I've been here for years, but has really started to catch fire. And I'm talking about, when I say catch fire, I'm talking about each and every game as far as in this tournament, in conference tournaments, and in March Madness, I'm going to be glued to my seats. And that is the women's college basketball game. I don't know if you watched Saturday. Was that Saturday? I believe that was Saturday or Sunday. It was the LSU and South Carolina women's game. But when I tell you cinema. Let me play this clip. Let's play this clip.
Meeting with LSU. 6-0 run Gamecocks. For Wiley. And that could be an intentional foul.
Oh, we don't want this.
And quickly things escalate on both sides, both coaching staffs coming out to try to pull their players away.
Now, first of all, you know, me being a South Carolina guy, coming from South Carolina, and I don't know if you ever seen number 12 Malaysia Phil forgive me if I pronouncing that, Phil Wiley, number 12. But you ain't gonna disrespect my dog number 12 like that. First and foremost, you ain't just gonna roll up on her like that. You ain't finna roll up on her like that. First and foremost. Then Cardoso comes in and pushes down what is her name? Flau'jae Johnson, who's actually a rapper. She's actually a rapper. I don't know if anybody know that, but girl got bars. Whole girl got bars.
Yeah, man, she's talented, man. She's definitely talented.
And then her brother comes out from the stands, and I think he didn't realize how big Cardozo was, because Cardozo like 6'7".
She's 6'8".
6'8". I'm sorry, 6'8". And
6'8",
and her brother came out on them in that court, and he looked at Cardozo. He like, oh shoot.
Yeah, man. I hate it for him. He was actually arrested and charged with a simple battery or something like that. But I mean, in that moment, instincts kicked in. You know, he was reacting as a big brother, not a sports fan. So I completely understand it. Like I said, I hate it for him. I don't condone anything that happened in that situation.
Hey, hold on.
He's here.
Hold on.
We're going to get back to this segment, ladies and gentlemen. But we have the man of the hour.
First and foremost, Zay, you ain't just going to be rolling up on me like that. Hold on, bro. Because we got an introduction now. You just can't come in there like that. We got to introduce you, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because my brother, you earned this now. Now, for any of you guys that's been under a rock over the last year, Our
Major
guest.
killer.
Hold on. I had to write this down because he got so many accolades and all that stuff. I can't remember all that stuff on my head. We got 2023 SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, the Buck Buchanan finalist for the FCS Defensive Player of the Year, 94 total tackles, 65 solo, 11.5 tackles for loss. He had 4 current quarterback hurries, 2 pass breakups. He got water for everyone on the sideline. He drove the team bus. He led the Marching 100 at halftime. Okay. People say he got melatonin in his shoulder pads because he putting dudes to sleep out there on the field. Leader of the dark cloud defense. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Major. Oh, hold on. And he had a pick 6. I can't forget that. He had a pick 6. He had a pick 6 too, everybody. Pick 6. Pick 6. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Major. What's good, partner?
Man, I appreciate the introduction, man. What's going on?
Man, listen. We got to introduce you like that, brother, because you earned it. Because you played like I ain't even gonna lie. Like, you probably was the best linebacker season out of any linebacker out of Tallahassee, and that's Florida State included. I don't care. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah,
I'm saying that right now.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey,
That's
listen,
praise. I appreciate that.
listen, as a former Wildcat, my hat's off to you, my brother. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I
Don't do that.
appreciate that.
Don't do
But
that.
you knew I was gonna do that. You knew I
My
was
little,
gonna do that.
but hey, listen, shout out to Kelvin Dean. That's my little cousin. Yeah, Kelvin Dean
Okay,
Jr., that's my
okay.
little cousin. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, hey, man, my hat's off to you, man. Hey, the season
I
y'all
appreciate
guys
it.
put on this past year, man, listen, nothing short of amazing. Anybody that was not in Tallahassee and the 850 and surrounding areas this past year, the energy that was just here in this city.
It was a long
This
time since I
past
felt
season.
that, Zay. It's been a long time since I felt that FAMU energy like it was this past year, brother. Y'all had the city on fire now. We was already talking about, hey, Florida State need to come on over here. Hey, let's go ahead, let FAMU go ahead, go over to Doak Campbell Stadium. Let's go ahead, get this FAMU versus Florida State game started. Because if FAMU mess around, beat Florida State, they're gonna set this city on fire.
Man, listen,
That's how people were confident they were feeling with FAMU. That's how y'all boys were playing.
for
Yes,
anybody that does not know, y'all played Prairie View in was that the SWAC championship? SWAC
Yes.
championship. I was at that game.
Mm.
You talking about a stadium filled with people, shoulder to shoulder. It got the standing room only. The game was in what, a 2-hour weather delay? Correct me if I'm wrong. 2-hour weather delay.
2-hour weather delay. Yes, sir.
You talking about a city full of people, a city full of fans that has so much pride for these guys, man, and what they put on this past season, that even with those circumstances, they stayed in that stadium. They went to shelter. They did everything that they could do. They come back and be in attendance to watch history being made. So what y'all guys did, man, don't let nobody shortchange you. It was nothing short of amazing, you know.
Yes,
and to see that dynasty get broke up, you know, a little bit too soon. We're letting Coach Simmons go, you know, on the bigger and better things. And, you know, for many of you guys on the bigger and better things. But what y'all did this past season, this past 2023 season in the SWAC, hats off to you, my brother.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
So, I mean, y'all played, who was that? Hold on. That was
Don't matter who they played.
Was that South Florida? That was North Carolina. That was y'all played this year.
We played South Florida.
South Florida that y'all listen. I feel like y'all could have ran it back against South Florida. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all could have ran that back. Y'all could have ran that back.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, even in that game with just how it played out, like with the defense giving up what we gave up, the offense having 5 turnovers. You look up fourth quarter, 4 minutes left, it's 4th and 6, and we down a touchdown.
I know it.
So I mean, just it was close. It keep me up at night sometimes. We
I bet
could have
you
won
do.
that game, man.
So one of them games that just keep you up at night.
Yes, sir.
To put this in a perspective, you know, what he just said, they was down a touchdown with everything that went wrong for them in that game. But let's not forget, Alabama Crimson Tide went down to South Florida and struggled with that same football team.
Yes,
so
they did.
That's
they
like
did.
I said, What these guys did, what he led his defense to do, was nothing
That
short
that
of
dark
amazing.
cloud now. That dark cloud. And it was thundering and lightning in that thing, boy. That dark cloud defense, Jose, man. Let's take it back to the beginning. I know me and you chopped it up quite a few times over there at Jay Gaither during the summer camp and everything. But I just want to,
Yes, sir.
I wanted my viewers, our viewers, to really know Zay the person and where he came from. They know the defensive player of the year, Isaiah Major, but I want to know your beginning, starting from high school and what eventually led you to be a FAMU Rattler.
Okay.
Where'd you play your high school ball at?
I played in. So I'm originally out of Oklahoma City. I went to Millwall High School.
Okay, I wanted you to do that because I did my homework, I did my research, and they got you credited with going to Independence. You know, shout out to Last Chance U, but they got you
Yeah,
credited going to Independence. So I wanted your hometown and your hometown coaches to get that, to get that pat on their back as well, because they
nah.
produced this young man that we see today.
Yes, sir. So definitely, and it's my story actually kind of like it's a trip. Just coming out of high school. So at first I played running back. Like, I got a first cousin, Marcus Major. He just transferred from the
Right,
University of Oklahoma to Central
right.
Michigan. I mean,
Okay.
not to Central Michigan. He just transferred to the University of Minnesota. My little brother just transferred from Central Michigan. But coming out of high school, I played running back. Senior year, I made a transition to linebacker. I was already playing both ways, but my senior year, it was like, I'm not playing running back no more. Like, my cousin was booming. It just was what it was. So I ended up playing, you know what I'm saying, majority defense. So coming out of high school, I only had one scholarship offer. Was a Division II to the University of Central Oklahoma,
Mhm.
UCO. So I went to UCO. I played for a semester. I was a true freshman. Ended up scoring a touchdown. I had a couple, and it got called back, so it's not officially a stat. But I was able to make some plays. I was able to do my thing. So just in that process, man, I was young. Um, just and I needed to grow up. So I mean that eventually led to me parting ways with that team.
Mhm.
Um, so I spent some time on my own. Was in Oklahoma City working. Ended up going to junior college. Got to junior college at Independence, and whew. So linebackers. There's not normally that many people in the room, but when I got to
Uh-huh.
Independence, I made the 20th linebacker in the room. So if it's 20 linebackers, that means it's
Mhm.
40 receivers and 40 DBs.
Mhm. Mhm.
So definitely, I mean, the most competitive situation I've ever been in, up to the neck.
And that was
No,
Coach Brown, right?
yeah. So I was
JB.
recruited. I was recruited by JB,
Woo! I love
and
Coach Brown. I love Coach Brown, by the way. That's a crazy man, but I
He
love it. I
good.
love Coach Brown.
He good people. He good people. So I was recruited by Coach Brown, and then I actually played. I played a semester under Kiyoshi Harris, who's now the head coach at Garden City Community College, and,
Uh-huh.
and the rest of my time at Independence, I played under Jason Martin. But so who are all a part of that same Last Chance U staff that was on the
Right.
Netflix show, but they were all a part of the staff. So. Um, Man, that right there, man, it opened my eyes, man. I grew up, had to learn how to do, you know what I'm saying, certain things that developed me into what I am today. So I ended up receiving a couple offers at Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, UMass, a couple other schools. And then I got the call from Fam. Fam
Mhm.
wanted me, so before they even offered me, I came on an official visit, and I was with Marquise Bell. So I was with Marquise Bell, Bishop Bonnet, and Savion Williams, who are former players for FAMU. We all know Marquise Bell playing for the Cowboys right
Oh yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
So
Doing his thing.
yeah, definitely. So, man, just talking to him and knowing that Bell went to Coffeeville. If you don't know, Coffeeville is
Mhm.
down the road from Independence. They're actually rival schools, and they had to play each other. Like we have to play each other. So, I just came from playing Coffeeville, and to know that he had been through something that I was doing, and that I had came from, and that he had a potential draft grade. He actually had I want to say third, fourth round grade going into his draft prospect year. So
Right.
just to see that it was possible, obtainable, and just everything that was going on, to I didn't want to necessarily go to a P5 and just fall in there, just fall in the mix, be a role player, as some call it. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that for the guys that do it, but I
Right.
mean, just my last 2 years, man, I wanted to go be the man. So, FAMU definitely granted me that opportunity, and I seized it.
So I remember we talking in the summer saying that you've never been to Florida before that point in time.
No, I had never been to Florida.
Never been to Florida. Never experienced the sunshine, the heat, the humidity. You up north, you about to go into this Florida heat.
I had never been to Florida. No,
Then
sir.
he
Oh
came. Then he
man.
came to the other school on the other side of the tracks in Tallahassee. You know, they regard FAMU as the other school. You know, the highest of the 7 hills. So they don't even understand the luxuries that you get going to Bragg. They not the same as going to Florida State. You know what I'm saying? Like the field house being right there, the locker room being right there. You know, everything somewhat being close. Even when you on that hill, man, it's not the same, bro. Like, ain't nobody out here with a golf cart taking you to practice. Like, nah, coach, like, hey, I need y'all out here. Yeah, come on, come get it. Like,
Definitely.
listen, that HBCU ground is different, man. For anybody that's thinking about it, for any of y'all listeners is out there, the HBCU ground is different. It's
Yes,
definitely
it
humble
is.
beginnings. It is humble beginnings. It's not all about that P5, man. It's about humble beginnings and really becoming an adult.
No, definitely, definitely. And once you get to the other end of it, is you'll love every moment of it.
Right on. So Isaiah, so I want you to give the young guys at home, because we got a lot of uh high school athletes that watch the show. I want you to tell the young guys at home, give me from the time you wake up at FAMU on a, let's say on a Tuesday morning during the season, give me a taste of what your schedule is from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you lay your head at night on a Tuesday morning during the season.
Okay. So Tuesday morning, first of all, we practicing.
Y'all practicing.
We practicing. So practice. So it's a 5 a.m. wake up because practice is at 6 a.m.
Whoo.
Yeah, practice is at 6 a.m. So
Uh-huh.
normally, and just that some you could play with it between 5 to 5:30, but that's really your time to wake up.
Right.
You got to really wake up. So I give myself that extra breathing room to go and wake up and get ready to go play ball. But so you get in, call up is about 6:15. So that's Coach Simmons walking into the locker room, and you have to be fully dressed, ready to go to practice by call up. So we're on the field at 6:30. That next little 15-minute period, you go get some last minute notes from your position coaches, and then we're out on the field. So you go through practice. Let's say practice ends about 9. Just depending on what we're doing, a period may extend longer. A coach may want to see something. So let's say the latest it ends is 9:30. You have classes from about, and they try to keep class and practice from meshing with each other. You got
Right.
class from about, just depending on your schedule, who you are, what you've done as far as passing classes, credits, or etc.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, from I will have classes from like 10 to 2 p.m. You know, and then after that, you got to go get film. You got to go watch film. So and the way it worked at fam, it was up to you. So, and this is how our coaches kind of play with us and seeing who wanted it for real. So
Mm-hmm.
we some is, and this is my position coach speaking, I can't speak for every other position coach, but we didn't have a designated uh time to meet, like
Mm-hmm.
all the linebackers come in here, we're gonna watch film together. No, coach is sitting in his office and he waiting to see who not gonna show up.
Mm.
He waiting to see who gonna give him an excuse on why they didn't come and watch film today.
Right.
So just little stuff like that. So I would get out of class around 2, and then I would shoot and go watch film. So film, just depending on how the day was, what took place, or just preparing for the week. We got a game coming up this Saturday. So early in the week, I mean, you drowning in film. So you probably don't get out of film till about 4, maybe 4:30, sometimes 5, just depending on what's going on or who
Yeah.
we're scouting or whatever the case. So you may get out at about 5, go get something to eat. Man, I forgot about weights. We live, we would lift after practice, like immediately right after practice,
Mm.
like immediately right after practice. So you would get done around 9:30, and then just depending. So and then we would have lift time. So you would either lift at the 11 o'clock group, the 1 o'clock group, the 3 o'clock group. So definitely managing your time, man, is big. A lot of people get in a lot of trouble, like just early in their careers, man, freshmen, sophomores, even juniors and seniors. Some of them can't figure it out. But time management is a big thing, bro. It is big. And once you figure that out, I feel like, man, you got everything else under control.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you really broke that down like that. Cause me, I went to Bethune fresh out of high school. So fresh out of high school, I didn't even turn 18 until the week after fall semester ended. My freshman
Oh,
year.
you
Yeah.
was going crazy.
He said
Right.
you go
So
crazy.
so you get what I'm saying? I'm at an HBCU. This is new to me. Like, granted, I grew up in New York, but I'm saying like I'm at a for anybody that does not know, HBCU culture is different. There's always something going on. There's always something to do. This is why when you see me now, anybody that know me personally, when you see me now, oh, you going out to this, you going out. I'm not going out to nothing. I'm at the house. I'm chilling. I did enough of that in college, but I'm glad you said that. Like, it definitely teaches you time management, and for the just the students that are out there that don't understand that, like, it's so much more added on to that with being an athlete because you already have a schedule that you have to stick to as far as your athletic schedule, but then as well as your academic schedule. So for just the students, that academic schedule is it's on you. There's no more mommy and daddy to hold your hand, and it's definitely on you to go get it. But down, like, man, listen, on that beach, there's always something going on. So
Yeah.
always
And
something going on. So yeah,
always you could be walking to class, man, and it's a block party. And you like,
Yeah.
what's going on? It's
Just
one
keep walking.
it's
Just keep walking.
it's 1 o'clock on Wednesday. What is y'all doing? Like
On a Wednesday.
on a
man,
Wednesday,
listen,
man, and they cutting up. So I mean, you got to make the personal choice to handle business or have a little fun. But I mean, like I said, time management is big, and I didn't even get into, some people have study halls, so you got to go
Mm.
spend an extra 2 to 3 hours in at the study table, and it's mandatory. It's not,
Right.
especially when you first get into college, like it's not optional for some people, man. So yeah, I mean, you'll look up, man, and just depending on the day, you could get in early,
Hmm.
and early being 8, 9 o'clock, or you can get in at about 10, 11, man, and got to turn around and do it the next day. But if you manage your time right, man, it should be around 8, 9. Get you some sleep.
Yeah. Speaking of film study, like talking with you over this past summer, like you do a lot of film study. Like, I mean, the way you break down film, the way you break down the linebacker position, like it takes a lot of film study because you even pick up the nuances of the guards and their foot placement and their leverage and everything like that. That's just something that's studied and studied and studied. So talking back to the young guys at home, like what's the biggest pieces of advice you would give as far as film study? Like what some
What?
because some guys you'll be surprised that some kids when you tell them as a coach, like when you tell them to watch film, okay, watch film, but sometimes these guys don't even know what to look for when they're watching film. It's just they're just watching, just don't know what to look for. So
Mhm.
as far as a linebacker, if you're talking to the young linebackers, like what are you looking for as far as when you're watching film and to creating the edge as far as an advantage for your defense and yourself as a linebacker?
Well, I mean, first of all, as you climb higher on the pedigree of football from college and me myself trying to ascend to the NFL.
Right.
Everybody's fast, everybody's strong.
Yeah.
So I mean, film study is very crucial. But for me, I my one of my big keys are the O linemen. Ultimately, and when you think about it, the best athletes on the football field are normally your receivers, your DBs, your running backs. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And it trickles down, tight ends, D lineman. Your O lineman is the last. So,
Hmm.
and I don't mean no offense to any O lineman,
Right.
but
Simple.
but
It's
the
simple.
it's very simple. The most important person on the field is protected by these guys right here.
Hmm.
And they just so happen to be the worst athletes. Like, I mean, it coincidentally happened like that. It just coincidentally happened like that. I don't mean no offense to. I know some old linemen who can jump higher than me. They can dunk. They can do that.
Yeah.
All that. That's
Yeah.
you know. Shout out to you. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not
Yeah.
disrespecting. But they are so big, and you know what I'm saying. They give certain things away.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He's big, he's tired. So on run plays, he has to get down. He has to hunker his body down. He's not going to sit up here and if his chest is high, he's tired. It's a pass play.
He pass
It's
setting. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I mean, just regardless, little things. He doesn't normally kick that back for. You know what I'm saying. He doesn't. If he's a to me, if I'm looking at it, if he's the right guard and he has this certain foot back, he's about to pull. If he
Right.
has a certain momentum leaning on his leg or whatever the case, he's about
That's
to
a run
down block.
going that way. Yeah.
So just little stuff that I try to dissect from that, just knowing that ultimately they have to protect the most important player on the field. So
Right.
regardless of what funky formation they give you,
Hmm.
they some offenses get creative, OCs bring out some of the most trickiest plays, regardless. But at the end of the day, them big boys is gonna follow that ball. So
Oh man, that's good stuff, man. So another question. Run fits. Linebackers, a lot of linebackers just don't know how to fit properly in the run game. They don't know how to they don't know how to destruct a block. They don't know how to especially whenever they got counters. You got the GT counter, you got the GH counters. They don't know how to properly run fit into the gaps to be able to go into run support, especially with guys that are pulling. So what's your advice to as far as the young guys at home about, trusting their eyes and, just properly fitting in the gaps?
so my one of my favorite position coach, Schmidt Rock, he actually has a couple sayings that I live by. Like, so the first one is see a little, see a lot. See a lot, see nothing. So if you see a little, so basically is if you key in on the tendency that you already have been thinking about.
Hmm.
This is your gap. You know what's gonna happen, and they're either gonna split ahead, he's either gonna pull, he's going down, or he's gonna block. He's gonna pass block. Key that gap. Don't make it harder than what it is, and that's that. If you try to see a lot and you're seeing the whole picture, you're seeing motions and your eyes all over the place, you're gonna see
Yeah, you
nothing.
missed your assignment. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the next saying I would say is slow till you know. So definitely try to get yourself. So for me, like most lines, some people tell linebackers to play at 4 yards. I play me personally at sometimes 5.5, almost 6. Because and I mean just we you try to teach not to fall step, but sometimes it happens.
Hmm.
So I think that extra yard gives you that time. But like I said, go be slow to I'm not saying be slow to react, but be what I'm saying, just relax and you could, like you said, it's GY counter, GH, or however you want to call it. But
Hmm.
if you're fast over here and that ball is over there, so just being slow, man, and reacting.
Good stuff, man. And I want to point out another thing too. Like a lot of people don't realize, like you could play linebacker, but you could easily go back there and play safety too if you really wanted to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know. You can play safety too. You a bad boy now.
He
You a bad
knows
boy.
more
You can
than the
go back there and play
safety, man.
safety.
He knows
You
more
got
than the
range.
safety. A lot of people don't understand about linebacker, especially middle linebacker. You are the heart of that defense. Not only are you literally the central point of the defense, but you are the heart of that defense. You have to know your assignment. You have to know the both outside linebackers' assignments. You got to know the safety behind you, whether you're going one high, two high. You got to know your safety assignment. So you know what I'm saying? Like the linebacker is literally the quarterback of the
Of
defense.
the
Where
defense.
you
Yes,
have
sir.
to know everybody around you's assignment, but you have to trust them to do their job. And that's what makes you a great linebacker. And you did that very well in your time on the hill, man. Like I said,
Man, I appreciate that. Nah, definitely as you like for the Mike linebackers out there, like you'll just start to pay attention to it, like O lineman, like zero to Mike, zero to Mike. Like you're key to every play.
Yeah.
I think in most offenses, probably I want to say 99% of the time, they're gonna ID a Mike linebacker.
Right.
Every single time. I
you
don't care what's
disrupt
going on.
you disrupt everything. If
Run,
you don't get
run,
picked up,
pass,
you
play
disrupt
action.
everything.
That's the mic. That's the mic. That's the
Hmm.
mic. And I'm not just saying it. Me personally, that's across every offense. They do it to every Mike linebacker.
Right. Mm. Okay. So let's have a little bit of fun, Zay. Let's have a little bit of fun. You here? Got some questions for you, some hot fire questions. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? You just give me the best to your ability on how to get on to answer this question. Most
Okay.
memorable moment in college.
Don't get yourself in trouble. So think about your answer.
Whether it's a game during practice, I don't know. It could be during tutoring time. I don't know. Just something that was just memorable for
Nah,
you in those
I would say
4 years.
man, it's a tie between the two interceptions I had this year. So the interception I caught in the Celebration Bowl to put the icing on the cake,
Ooh, man,
but
listen,
the
I had a tear in my eyes. Everybody was like, that's my dog right there. God dog it. Boy, I had a little tear in my eyes. I like that boy. I knew he was gonna give me one. I was like, they gonna give me
yes,
one.
sir.
They gonna give me
So
one. He gonna give me one. Okay, there it is. There it is.
so either that one or the pick six from Alabama State, man. Like sometimes I still go back and watch the video
Ooh,
because and to me it was more so the crowd, like the atmosphere in Bragg is whew,
it's
it's wild.
different. It's
It's
different.
different. The
It's
atmosphere in Bragg.
different.
So like you can go back and watch the video. Like I caught the interception, boom, the crowd went crazy. I'm running, and then when I heard
You ain't catch it. You jumped that thing.
I did go get it.
I was at
when
that game. So
when I hurdled him, like man, the crowd went to a whole nother level. Like man, it gave you chills, man. So them two moments right there.
yeah, I was at that game. I actually saw the Alabama State coaches the night before.
Mm.
They come to town, they do their little local recruiting or whatever. But I got my younger cousin, Tayshawn Sims out of Chipley, Florida. He's committed to Alabama State. He'll be going there in the fall. So yeah, I was at that game, man, and I was just like, man, this dude here. Hey,
Hell on
man,
wheels. Hell on
listen.
wheels, boy.
Listen, I played the position. I played all three linebacker positions. Then I also I played in a 3-3-5 defense in high school. So for the people that don't know, I mean, I got to play flat defender, which is a stand-up end, and all you doing is dropping to the flats. So I played all three linebacker positions in high school and throughout my career and whatnot. And it's like, man, listen, when I tell you you are special, bro, you are special because not only are you smart, when a person that has played the game so long watches somebody that is playing the game and it almost seems as if you're moving full speed, but it's like I'm watching you and I'm like, damn, bro, I know the game is moving slow motion for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody that watches you, the game comes to you with such ease that it's like, yeah. So everything that you told us on this live that you study film, diligently and everything like that, it shows in your gameplay, and you can tell. That's why I said when you say I caught the interception, now you jumped it. You definitely jumped that.
I did, yes, sir.
Man. All right. No, next question. If you had a chance to pick one linebacker, one safety out the NFL to play alongside with, who'd you pick? You got one linebacker to pick, you got one safety. We playing 3-on-3. We playing 3-on-3. You get to pick a linebacker, you get to pick a safety out the NFL. Who you picking?
Ooh.
Give him a corner too. Make it spicy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I give
Make
you
it
a corner. I
spicy.
give you a corner. I give you a corner. You can have a
Okay.
corner.
Okay. Oh Lord. All right, corner. I'll take a corner. Ooh, wait, give me Patrick Surtain.
P2, P2, P
That's
Dub. Okay.
another one. That's another one.
P Dub.
I like Patrick Surtain. You could give me Sauce, but I like Patrick Surtain.
Okay.
Uh, my safety, my safety. Some good safeties out there.
There's
Give
a
me
lot of good
Buda
safety.
Baker though. I like Buda
Oh, I
Baker.
like Buddha now. Listen,
Ooh.
you want to talk about straight dog? Y'all play similar. Y'all play similar. That
Yeah,
boy's all over the
he
field.
play
That
he
boy all over the
play
field.
he get to that ball
Yeah, he get to that ball with some urgency now.
and he ferocious with his game.
Yeah, I love his game.
I like Buda. Backer, I'm being biased. Bill,
Yeah,
he
okay.
played backer with the Cowboys. I think
Yeah,
our chemistry, man, we would shut the field down.
shut
I
the
was
field
I
down.
was just about to ask, what do you think about his transition to linebacker from safety?
I so I mean with that, I think man, for him to be able to do it, it shows how versatile he is, man, and Bell can make plays, man, anywhere on the field. Anywhere on the field. And I love it for him, man, that he showed that he was able to do that at a high level too. Not only not just playing the position, man, but he ended the season with 90 plus tackles this year. So
Yes, he
I
did.
mean, in the NFL, man, as a starting backer. So, I mean, it shows how much work he's put in, man, and what type of cat he is, man. That's all. Big shout out to Bill.
Man, I'm telling you, and Marquise Bell, y'all about to start that pipeline of Florida of FAMU guys going into that NFL. They about,
Not
I
just
mean,
Marquise. You gotta shout out Isaiah Land too,
We
man.
got
Isaiah
oh,
Zay
Land.
Isaiah
Land,
Land. Yeah, I can't forget about Isaiah
and we
Land.
Yeah,
Oh
got
my goodness.
Xavier Smith, and we got
yeah.
Xavier Smith.
Listen,
So,
it's already started, and it's gonna keep
yeah,
going. Y'all, it's there's
so
some ball
Hey
coming out the
man,
7 Hills, man.
big shout out to all them guys, man.
Yeah,
to the kids that are watching, to the high school guys that are watching, you do not have to go P5 to go to the league.
at
It's,
all.
it's living proof now. This is about to be the third guy in as many years to go from HBCU, most notably FAMU, to the NFL. It's about to be the third guy in as many years to do so. But you do not have to go to a P5 to go to the league, man. It's plenty of talent. You just got to show up and be a dog. At best believe, going to an HBCU, the right HBCU, they will turn you into a dog. You just got to show up
Absolutely.
and put that work in. It don't matter about the stars. Don't matter about where you played your high school ball at. Don't matter what you did last year. You got to show up and be that guy every day.
I don't think I had any stars in high school.
Mm. Well,
Zero.
listen, you went to Indy, so anybody that can get out
Look
of
where
Indy
you at
alive,
now.
you
Look where
you
you
I
at
don't
now.
care. Anybody that go out there, I got a linebacker, Josiah Raven. You know Josiah Raven Griffin.
Hey,
He's
yeah.
going to Indy. I told Joe, I was
Ooh.
like, man, you can make it out of Indy, you can make it out of anywhere. I
You can
promise you
make it
that.
out in if you can get through Independence, Kansas, you will be all
Woo!
right.
You will be all right.
Hey,
I promise you.
listen. This was a kid that sat out 2 years. His most important 2 years of high school, his sophomore and his junior year, he sat out
Yes, he did.
because of COVID.
Mm.
COVID. Then he played something else before COVID. I can't remember, but he sat out his most important 2 years of high school, which was a sophomore and junior year. We get there senior year. He done got a little heavier. He done put on some weight. He not big. He not fat. It's just he doesn't like his physique and how he looked in that moment. So the whole offseason, man, you done seen it, man. You done seen it, Isaiah.
No,
He
yeah,
up here,
definitely.
he up
I
here in
can
Tallahassee, man. It's in the middle of July. This kid got on a hoodie. He got
Yeah.
on a hoodie during workouts, bro. We telling him, man, take that off. You gonna pass out. Take that off. You gonna pass out. But I mean, he definitely put the work in, man, and that's another kid that I would love to see him get the opportunity to play at the next level. I love to see him get the opportunity to come back home to the highest of Seven Hills
That's
and
right.
put on that orange and green, man, and do
Don't
it.
worry, he gonna do his thing at Indy. I promise you that. He gonna do his thing at
Shameless
Indy.
plug. I forgot to tell you. I went to Bethune. I'm a diehard Rattler, bro. I'm a diehard
There we
Rattler.
go.
And be
There
like
we
that.
go.
And be
There
like
we
that.
go.
Okay, couple more questions for you, Zay. Just a couple more. Favorite rapper right now?
Ooh, favorite rapper?
Who you bumping in that vehicle,
He
man?
about to
Who you
say
bumping in that
somebody
car?
Midwest. I guarantee it.
You gonna say a Midwest rapper?
You knew it was
Midwest.
coming.
Oh Lord.
You
I'm
knew
about,
it
hold on.
was
Let me pull
coming.
my dang Apple Music out because I probably
You knew it was coming. Sheesh. I listened to a little bit of everybody.
a little bit of everybody.
A little bit of everybody. But mm, just off the top of my head,
Uh-huh.
Kalon for real. Uh,
You said Kalon for real?
yeah, Kalan.
Write that down, Griff.
I got you.
You got me. Yeah, I got to find some new music to bump to, man, because I can't just
Yeah.
keep listening to Kevin Gates all doggone time. Kalon for real.
Yeah, and actually, man, I've been listening to his name Too Fat Trouble. He from
I
he
know Too Fat Trouble. I know Too Fat Trouble. I actually know Too Fat Trouble. Yeah, I know Too Fat Trouble. Yeah, I know Too Fat Trouble.
Look at you.
I heard of
Look
it. Yeah,
at you.
yeah,
yeah.
Look
he
at
from
you.
Lawton. Yeah, he be doing his thing.
Okay. Favorite football player?
Favorite football player?
All time.
Rather all time. All time.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson,
Hey,
running back,
And
huh?
it probably won't never change. Adrian Peterson.
I mean, he did say he played running back in high school.
Okay, so
So,
with that being said, if Adrian Peterson coming in that B gap, what
mm-hmm.
Isaiah Major gonna do? And
He
it's
got to
4th and
get
3. And it's 4th and 3.
come.
He got to get it, huh?
I'm coming.
He got to get it.
I'm
4th
coming.
and 3, we getting you off the field.
Yeah, he gotta go. We gotta feed the kids.
Got to feed the kids.
Yeah.
Listen,
So-
I can't say headache gang because you know Shiloh and Shador they got that, or Shiloh got that, you know. But yeah, concussion gang on that one. Concussion gang.
Didn't I tell you, man, they call this man melatonin?
Concussion gang.
Okay, if you had to pick a defense, 3-4 or 4-3, or
4-2.
4-2 or 4-2-5 for the spread guys, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. Now I'm a 4 down guy. I love 4 down.
4 down. Bye.
Yeah, 4-3-5, 4-2-5. I love that. I'm a 4 down guy. I think now, and just for me, I think it just makes the gap simpler.
Uh-huh.
I know in a 3-4 for a backer, you go more from a gap scheme to like a flow scheme,
Mm-hmm.
just depending on what you do with those two defensive linemen. So they could be in 4 eyes. You could play them in head up fives,
Right.
just depending on who the coach is and what they're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think the 4 down ensures a lot of gaps. It makes it a lot simpler for us on defense, so we can go and play ball.
Go ahead and play ball. Gatorade or Powerade?
Powerade.
Oh, he shot me. I thought he about to say Gatorade.
Nah. When I was coming up, Powerade was like 89 cents.
Okay.
So you could go get like 3, 4, 5 Powerade.
Yeah.
Me if you had like $5 and we would go back to the court or the park or whatever, and we'd be straight.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him the Nehemiah Chandler treatment. All right, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? Chicken sandwich.
What day is it?
What day is
So on Sunday, he definitely got Popeyes.
He definitely got Popeyes.
But it just depends, man.
You like them both, huh?
I like them both, man.
You like them both.
Ooh.
All right, Speed Flex or the F7?
Oh, I'm a Speed Flex guy.
Oh, he a speed flex guy. Oh, we got
Yeah,
a speed flex, Sean.
I got a big head, man. That F7 make my face hurt.
Make your face hurt.
Yeah.
So you gonna get that
I'm
speed flex in the
telling you,
next level,
bro.
huh?
I'm
Oh yeah,
telling you,
every time I need speed flash.
What you
Every
got?
time.
He a speed flex man too. Sean a speed flex
it's a
man.
between the tackles thing, bro. When you play between the tackles,
Yeah, that F7
that cut right there, bro, it make it so much better, bro. I promise you.
yeah. The F7, that's for the little guys, man. That's for the
Yeah.
speed and
Okay.
the that's
Okay.
that's all that's for them.
Nice.
I
Okay.
don't think me personally, I don't think it's meant for all that contact.
Mm.
We've seen one explode.
Seen one explode. We seen
We've
on
seen
the
one
F time of the
explode.
F7.
Yeah,
I've
Malik.
seen quite a few F7 explode now. I've seen quite a few.
I seen a
I
couple
never seen a
explode.
speed flex explode. I've seen plenty of F7s explode now, even though I like them.
So I got a 2-part question.
Mm-hmm.
So who is your favorite NFL team, and who would you love to play for at the next level?
Okay. My favorite NFL team. So I was a Vikings fan growing up because of Adrian Peterson.
Okay. That makes
You
sense.
feel me? I was a big Vikings fan, so I still kind of roll with that as I got older. Like they're my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Vikings. Um, and as far as man, just where I want to play, like bro, anywhere, all 32. You feel me? It don't
Yeah.
matter. But man, being realistically, just somewhere where my mama could come watch me play, like realistically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where she could really come to a couple games
All right,
and
so
just experience that.
I'm gonna throw this out there in the atmosphere, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan all my life.
Okay.
So of course, Dallas or Texas being right there, not too far from Oklahoma. And
Oh, you
the
want to see him with them
Joneses.
Cowboys?
Do I?
You
Do
want to see that
I?
tandem, him and Marquise Bell, huh? You want to see
I
that
want to,
tandem, huh?
man. Listen, I want to see him, Marquise Bell, and Michael Parsons cut
Ooh.
loose on a Sunday. I just
Ooh.
let them dogs off the chain.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm not a Cowboy fan, but I
yeah.
can dig that now.
What? Listen,
I
That
can
don't sound.
feel that.
we
You
didn't
need to
make
get
no
it.
moves in free agency, and before Isaiah Land, went to Detroit, he was in Dallas with Marquise. He just
He
didn't make the
was.
53.
No, yeah, I think he went Indianapolis. I think. No,
Yeah,
yeah, he went to
he
Colts.
with the Colts. I'm sorry, he with the Colts. But I would love to see Jerry, Jerry and Stephen Jones extend that olive branch again, and pull another one of our elite HBCU athletes up, man. Because I
So
feel
y'all
like
heard that. Y'all heard it. Hey, Jerry Jones, pissed off a lot of Cowboys fans with these 9 moves. Make everything right. Hey, pick Isaiah Major. Go ahead and make it right.
he
Go
an
ahead and make it right.
Oklahoma
Got a lot of fans
kid.
mad.
He an Oklahoma kid. He right there. That's right across the river, man.
Selfishly, I want to see him in that teal and orange now. Take him down to South Beach, come to Miami.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
Yeah.
I don't want to see him
Nah,
be another Channing
yeah.
Crowder.
Yeah.
I
Huh?
don't want to see him be another Channing Crowder, man. I don't want to see
What you
that.
mean?
I don't want to see that.
I just want to take my dog to South Beach, man. That's all.
Nah,
Just
I want
Miami. We
him.
just
I
gonna
want him
hang
to go
out.
somewhere where he can have a prosperous career.
He gonna have a prosperous career. He gonna have a prosperous career. I promise you. And I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna be there in Hard Rock Stadium with my Isaiah Major jersey on. Like that.
Hey,
There you go. There
listen,
go that man. There
listen.
go that man.
I'll be at AT&T Stadium with a custom jersey on, it'll have 0 on the back, 11 on the shoulders.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep 0. I don't give a damn what number you got, Zay, in the NFL. I'm gonna have a custom 0. I'm gonna have a
Okay,
custom
man.
0 Isaiah Major jersey. Believe that.
Man.
Oh man. Zay, man, we appreciate you for coming out to the show, man. We ain't gonna hold you any longer. I know you got stuff to do. You got so much stuff to get ready for, man. But I just want to say, hey, much love, much blessings come to your way. Man, I wish you, me and Sean and everybody, we wish you much success at that next level, man. Go up to the next level, ball out. And man, I just can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you in that next level. So, like I said, blessings, brother. Blessings. Appreciate you for coming out to the show, man.
I got one more question before you go.
Okay.
It might be a long or might be a short one, but I got one more question before you go. What was your experience like at the HBCU Legacy Bowl?
Oh man.
Oh, nice
It
question. I
was
like that.
the Legacy Bowl was live. I will say that. Shout out to the Legacy Bowl, All State Insurance for them, sponsoring the event and all that. But I mean, it's nice, man. It's legit, man. We stayed in a nice hotel, man. We went and ate everywhere in New Orleans. Like it was a great experience, man. Met a lot of NFL like vets that I didn't know went to HBCUs. So
Right.
I mean, it opened your eyes to the history, and you see how much everybody loves the HBCU, man. It is a trip, man. You learn a lot. I mean, and just ultimately, like it was a great experience, man, to be evaluated by coaches, to go out there and we played on NFL Network, like that was,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So that in itself was, man, just a blessing, man. It was fun though. It was fun. Zay Smith came back, spoke. He spoke to everybody at the Legacy Bowl as an ambassador and all of that. So I mean, it definitely was a good experience. And the Rattlers was deep in there. We had like
Oh, I know it. Oh,
It
I
was
know
we
y'all.
had,
you. If I'm not mistaken, it was you. Musa was there. Marcus
Riley, was he there?
Riley.
Marcus
Yeah,
Riley. Yeah,
Marcus
Marcus
Riley
Riley
was
was there.
there.
Eric Smith, Cam Colvin, Jamaria Sheree was there too, but he
Mm-hmm.
ended up man, that got caught a mean turf burn on his foot. It was
Woo.
nasty. Yeah, but man, he's all right. So he ended up healing up good. But he was definitely in attendance. So we showed out. We showed out for fam.
Well, shoot, I got one more question. Turf, do you how much do you like turf or grass? Turf or grass?
Grass.
Grass, definitely grass. Oh my God. Speaking of turf burn, jeez Christ.
Man. But I mean it just depends on where you at. Some turf fields are, they're good, you know what I'm saying? But just I think with what I've seen playing football, just as far as turf burns, non-contact injuries,
Yeah,
and etc. Like, I mean, we prefer to be on grass.
man, no doubt, man. Well, Isaiah Major, I appreciate you, my brother, for coming on to the show, man.
Man, I
I know it's
appreciate
getting
y'all
late.
having me.
Hey, Isaiah Major on the run, man. We appreciate you, man. Peace, love, and happiness and blessings, man. You stay up, man. We're gonna be watching.
Man, thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Yes,
You too.
sir. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Major. We said we're gonna bring Isaiah Major. That's what we did now. That's what we did, man. And Griff, man, he's gonna be big at the next level, man. He's gonna be big. He's just his football IQ, the way he studies film. Like I know how he studies film. He's a student of the game. His range, his him be able to dissect plays. He's from run fits, how he properly he's gonna be a pro's pro. He's gonna be a pro. I put my bottom dollar on it.
Smart guy, man. Smart guy.
Smart guy.
You got it figured out already. He just need the opportunity.
Just need the opportunity. He just need the opportunity, man. Well, just finishing up a couple things from the podcast from earlier, guys. Oh man, I do believe we need to get into the MVP race. Just real quick, just to close thing out. MVP race. Now, as far as my top MVP race, number one, we got Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic. Okay. Let me see if I can take that off. There we go. Nikola Jokic averaging almost a triple double, 26 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's just those numbers. The last numbers I've heard like that was from Russell Wilson, averaging triple double. What do you think about Nikola Jokic as far as the MVP race, as far as being at the lead right now?
It's tough, man. It's real tough, man. I mean, I feel like Denver's just hitting their stride at the right time for the season. Make that playoff run, make that playoff push. Because like we said last year, are they going to be defenders or pretenders? And I feel like right now they're showing us that they can very well give us a good run at defending that title that they got last year. But my vote for the MVP race is Anthony Edwards, man.
Anthony Edwards. No, that's my guy. That's my guy. Oh yeah.
Anthony Edwards, man. Anthony Edwards is he's doing it at such a high level effortlessly. And
I haven't seen
the only guy that we've seen pretty much ball out of control on cruise control in the last 20 years is LeBron. But I mean, Anthony Edwards is, he's him.
I haven't seen a violent leaper like Anthony Edwards since Vince Carter. Well, I would say Russell Wilson. I mean, not Wilson, Lord have mercy. Russell Westbrook, Vince Carter, and John Morant are the two, and Anthony Edwards are probably the most violent jumpers that I've seen in the NBA. Just the way he gets off the ground so quickly and he gets on top of you so quickly, Anthony Edwards, man. He's such a big body.
And it's effortless.
Effortless. So you got Anthony Edwards as your number one.
I got Anthony Edwards, man.
My number two, I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, averaging 30 points per game, giving us 6 rebounds, giving us 6 rebounds, 5 assists. I got to admit, I didn't expect this from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander whenever Thunder first drafted him. He was a complete utter surprise, but he's slowly turned into our generation. Who would you compare him to as far as, in our generation coming up? Is he the next Kobe?
I can't give nobody Kobe, man. I wish they didn't.
Not next Kobe.
I can't give anybody Kobe. Kobe was Kobe. Kobe Bean was Bean, man. And I didn't
Kobe Bean was Bean.
I didn't even really appreciate Kobe for what he was, but I feel like, it's a couple other guys in our generation that, just succumbed to injuries. So we didn't really get to see them flourish how they should have.
Hey, hold on. My guy Busy Food, that's Jamar Mosley. He in the comments right now, man. What's up, my boy? Hey, we're gonna get you on the show real soon, man. That's my guy right there. That's Gaston County Finest right there.
We gotta get him on.
Yeah, we're gonna get him
on. Get him on.
Hey, Lance, man. Lance, he's on a sabbatical right now. He'll be back tomorrow. He said Derrick Rose before the injury was jumping.
That's where
I forgot about that. I forgot.
I would
but
definitely
Derrick Rose and John Morant remind me of so much of each other. They like their games mirror each other. Would you agree between as far as John Morant and Derrick Rose? Like they're like
definitely.
Clones.
You're talking about a guy that can shoot, a guy that can drive, a guy that can jump. He's got handles. He's quick. He's fast. He's got all the intangibles. It's just, John staying out of trouble. But we attribute that to him being young and newfound fame. Being young and newfound fame. But I mean, he came back with a vengeance, and injury cut that short. But I love to see him, back and healthy in due time and get back to playing the level of basketball that we know he can play.
My number 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo, averaging 26 right now. What do you think about Giannis and the Bucks going to the playoffs? Are they a shoe-in for the finals? Could they come across a hiccup? Are they, showing inconsistencies? What you think as far as the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis? And Giannis is third in my MVP voting right now.
The Bucks don't have a starting 5 and they don't have a bench. Every year,
what do you mean by that?
They don't have a starting 5 and they don't have a bench. You've got Giannis, you've got Dame Lillard, and you got a couple other pieces, but they don't actually have a starting 5 and they don't have a bench. So depth is going to be their biggest enemy when they start to get late into the playoffs. Depth. Right. It's not just can we sub these guys out to get them a breather. Can we sub these guys out to get them a breather, but also bring in somebody that can give us 12, 15 points in their absence? Or do we give up a 20-5 run or a 30-8 run in their absence? So I feel like, we can't just trade off scorers for just guys that have a pulse.
I guess I got to agree with you on that one. So, and then my number 4 is Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
No, I'm just kidding. It's
Buckets.
not Jimmy Butler. I just had to put my shameless Miami Heat plug in there because Jimmy Bucket, playoff Jimmy's loading, y'all. Playoff Jimmy is loading. Miami Heat fans, don't you fear. We go through this every year. We go through this we lost to the Denver Nuggets 108 to 88, I believe it was the final score. It is what it is. Just see us in the playoffs. Just come see us in the playoffs. We'll be okay. Oh man, so I think we are out of show right now. Guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm Mason Kilby. That's Sean Griffin. We are The Run. We got a special guest for you tomorrow. Listen, the week's not over with. We still got tomorrow. We still got Friday. We got Jordan Pride, Texas A&M's Jordan Pride, coming to the show, coming to the show to holler at us, give us some of his insight. He's actually on campus right now, letting us know how things going. And man, that's nephew right there, man. He's from along the way. He's from Youngstown, Florida. From my neck of the woods, man. I'm so excited about that because he's putting on for the city. Oh yeah, putting on for the city, Jordan Pride. He definitely is. So y'all stay tuned. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow. The Run Victory Road series. We got Jordan Pride. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This is The Run. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.
Views and likes, we run it up. Subscribe to the boards and burn it up. It's your favorite podcast, turn it up. The Run going live, we done it up. If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment. We gon' talk about all the sports you like. We live at 7 on a Thursday night. Come home from work and grab a bite. Then listen to the fellas talk about the fight. We got Sean Griffin, Mason Killis. Can't forget about the boy Lance Rochelle. We talking NBA and Major League. You know we gotta talk about the NFL. AJ Nash, did you see that pass? We ducking so hard they were breaking the glass. To run the best podcast y'all done heard. Let's tell everybody, help spread the word. So kick back and we rest your nerve. We give you everything sports fans deserve. Guys tell you girls, girls tell you dude. We on Instagram and we on YouTube. Views and likes, we run it up. Subscribe to the boards and burn it up. It's your favorite podcast, turn it up. The Run going live, we done it up. If you like sports, we got it. You see the game winner, who shot? Score a touchdown in the last second. We gon' talk about it in the next segment.
Hey,